We're live.
Honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee. Honey, I got what you need. Yeah, under the night sky, I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me lies now, I always get mine. Don't play with me. Do you want it? Can you feel me? Can you handle it? Right? Do you want it? Don't put your love on hold. I can't take it anymore. Put your love on me now. Trust me and you will see. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Give me your love, don't hold it.
Made it back just in time. I had a crazy cat scratching at my door. How you guys doing today? You want to learn a little bit about events? We're going to have some fun because I love events. I've been doing them for over 20 years, and I'm going to share some tips that are going to save you time, frustration, help you convert better, and even better yet, I'm going to show you simple things on how you can take one event and then bring it to 1 year of content. Does that sound good to you? So if you're with me live, let me know you're here live. You come back for the replay, do a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me say hi to a couple people. Oh, we've got the fabulous Lala in the house. Yay, so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. What did you say? The music is on 2-speed. It might be. I'll have to go back and look. You never know. It sounded good on my end, but you never know. And we have Facebook user. We've got a live. Hey, that means that you're in the Facebook group. So if you go to the top of the description of this video and click on, there's a link for eCam. If you click on that, I'm going to be able to see who you are throughout the whole broadcast and check out your beautiful picture. So yeah, if you get a minute, go over there and say hello. Oh, maybe that is the fabulous Andy. Is that Andy? Oh my gosh, I hope it's the fabulous Andy Helper who's helping everybody around the whole world. Anyhow, so today we're going to talk about events, and events can be powerful. Whether you are a small company, Fortune 500, a nonprofit, and this has been my niche for over 20 years. Started my background in corporate America, eventually started my own agency, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But I want you to get to this comfort zone of realizing events, whether it's online or in person, a lot of the principles are the same, but having the right structure and everything mapped out ahead of time is what's going to give you the ability to take an event and make it a power move in your organization. And I will share just one quick little thing with you. This past week, I went to, it was an amazing event down in Detroit that was focused on doing fundraising for an amazing nonprofit. I won't get into it so much here, but the only thing is they strictly did it in person. There should have been this component of a hybrid, and the reason why, it could have continued the fundraising well after the event happened. Attendees take that event link, they share it with their friends, but we have to do things to make that possible. And I want to empower every entrepreneur, nonprofit, business leader to look at your events just a little bit different. And this minor little adjustment can help you double easily the sponsorships you're bringing in, the attendees, potential investors that you're going to meet. I am telling you, events are powerful. And that's what we're going to talk about today. building out structure so that when you make these wonderful events, you can connect with those clients, those sponsors, and those investors. But you've got to have a little bit of a background and to make it easier. So I want to share this with you real quick. Some of you know me, you've been following me for a little while, but for those that don't know me, I'm not new to being an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for 18 years, which means I've tried all kinds of things. I've got many stories, as many entrepreneurs do, but my specialty has been events and marketing. I've done consulting for major nonprofits that many of you know, and things that have just moved my heart and inspired me to want to do my role in this world a little bit better because I see the impact that events have had even on my community right here. After COVID, I had to switch, doing more of a focus of online, even with our magazine that we publish, Kudos Magazine. But that gave me an opportunity to learn about live streaming, building funnels, doing things that weren't traditional marketing, but at the same time locked hand in hand. And these are things that help with events. And to give you a little bit of scope, because I can tell you, I've been doing events for a long time. I really have. I started my agency in 2005. We used to produce big bridal shows, golf shows, different expos, in addition to helping our clients with their events. I scaled my company very fast. At one point, this was like 2013, I was doing segments regularly on ABC 12 in the morning, sharing tips for events and marketing. My agency expanded. We were doing entertainment, high end entertainment, like the Cirque du Soleil acrobatic performers, the silk divers, and all of those wonderful things. We had that right within our agency, had it touring all over the place, and it was incredible. But life changed. I had somebody I love very special to me, my husband, who got sick. And I had to find a way to bring things back home and centralize. So I started Kudos, which was focused on healthy, happy living. And it was reflective of a lot of what was going on in my life. But again, COVID happened. We couldn't do all these in person interviews. So what did we do? We started doing more of the live streaming. And I've had a chance to work with organizations like Children's Hospital, Children's Miracle Network, Hurley Foundation, which is an organization close to my heart. They've done so many amazing things to keep our children and community safe, even through like the Flint water crisis. So events have been a key part in helping businesses and myself really grow with our voice. But it's all been about baby steps and being willing to adapt and grow. And this even includes right now. We're hitting so many changes with the revolution in technology, but we have to be comfortable embracing these things like automation and AI so that we can level up our events to extraordinary ways. The problem is if we don't and we become complacent, we're going to get left behind with what's going to happen in the next year to 2 years. I want you to be prepared. So I'm going to share some insight that I've learned, especially over this past year, that can help you bring these events to life and level up to extraordinary ways. And if you've been attending every Thursday, 3 p.m., we do a complimentary training for our community because we love you guys. We love you. But I've gone over this before as far as like the structure of digital marketing, having a lead magnet, and then having this online strategy. When it comes to your event, it encompasses all of this plus more. And today I'm going to show you basically 5 simple things that you can do immediately with your events to help you level up in ways that you haven't maybe thought of. This includes whether you're strictly doing an online event or let's say that you're doing an in-person event and you want to convert it into something that's hybrid so you can keep that voice going. And this is sort of the main structure. This is everything you need to know. You got pre-event, the actual event, post-event. Okay, training's done. That's all you need to know. That's it. But within each of those, there's a lot of specific little details, right? And you've got to be willing to say, hey, wait a minute. How can I perfect this little section of my event and break it down to like these little micro little tasks? I'm going to say hi to a couple people So we have Oh Beautiful Color says, how are you guys? And some of these people are from Lita, which is live every day in April, and that's hosted by Loria Pertucci. If you're interested in like live streaming, it's incredible. I don't know if she's doing it again this April, but I've had a chance to meet some of these wonderful people during that experience. It's so wonderful. Yeah, just did a hybrid event a few weeks ago, and it was so much fun. Oh, that's wonderful. Did you do it in the Philippines or were you here? What were you doing? I love that. Lila is like cutting edge, you guys. She's one of those people that is doing a little bit of everything and then making it shine. If you get a chance, I don't know if you're still doing the Mama Guide, Mama Lala. Um, so anyhow, yeah, full service and willingness. All right, so let's go just a little bit further into like these separate little sections for your pre-event, your actual event, and your post-event. By implementing some automation in SI, you're going to be able to quickly level your reach to new heights that maybe you never even thought of. And that includes with promoting your event. So often in the past, if we were doing an event, we would have to do, like the standard invitation. You'd have to do, maybe email if you're a little bit fancier in the 90s, email. And then even getting into like radio, print, TV, it can get really expensive. But with social media, we have all these different ways to connect and get the voice out there. But the problem is this, you still only have 24 hours in each day. So finding systems to help you really implement at a grander scale will help you, but also understanding the purpose of each of the features on social media is key. And I want you to check this out. Take a screenshot really quick of this. But each of these little things that you can do on social media are going to help you bring more publicity to your event. So if you're trying to attract new leads, doing shorts, reels, TikToks will help. But people that are already in your inner circle, if you will, doing things like stories, that's going to help. So if you can understand the purpose of, a reel or a short, or when you do a long format post, it's going to help you play with the algorithm and really tap into why are you using it? Just like you can use a great big glass to drink water out of, it's liquid, but more than likely you're not going to take a great big glass to go scoop out some soup, right? You put it in a cup or a bowl. So each vessel has a different purpose. So understanding that can help you really bring things to new levels. So this is probably one of the unique parts with digital marketing when it comes to your event planning is setting it up for success. So often we'll see, especially a lot of the more old school admins who are doing, their RSVPs and it's strictly by, sending in a card, with their RSVP. But doing things to really embrace technology, like setting up a landing page that has all your information about your upcoming event, having them have access to register right there or pay for their ticket. And the beautiful thing about funnels versus just like a standard website, when you have these funnels put in place and then somebody registers or they pay for their ticket, that's where you automatically have systems set up to trigger a sequence of emails. And you don't want to do it old school, like individual, each one. You've got to communicate with each person that comes through yourself. It takes time away from you and your team. But if you had it set up where somebody signs up, they RSVP or they pay for their ticket or they do whatever it is to be a part of that event, you have that email sequence set up where, 5 minutes after the form's processed, first email of welcome happens. You have it scheduled 2 days later where maybe they get a package. It's a welcome package with all the details they need about their event. But these are mapped out way before you're even inviting anybody into your event. So you're not scrambling trying to do those 3-stage pre-production, during the event, post-production. You've got it mapped out, so when they come in there, all of these things are triggered. It's kind of like, when you play dominoes and then you just flick that first domino and then you see a series of them cascading down. That's what you do. And if you do it in a way that is smart, you can repurpose these funnels over and over again. Just like anything, when you first set up hosting an event or a project, when you first do it, it always takes more time, right? Because you've got to get the foundation of it down, you've got to get all the pillars. But often, a lot of nonprofits and corporations, and even you small business owners, have some sort of pattern of doing events. It might be monthly or quarterly. So if you create these funnels and you're just updating some of the, copy that's on there or some of the artwork, you've got the base done and then you just keep refreshing. So you're not rebuilding from scratch. The first time that you build it, it'll take more time. The second time, it becomes faster and more efficient. But this is why it's important to understand like the structure of your event, starting from the very beginning of how are you doing these funnels. All right, so when it comes to hosting events, this is another thing that's really cool is when you are mapping out the actual event, if you plan in advance, you have the opportunity to determine, your best setup, including how can you run your event in a way where the content or pieces are implemented in a way that you can extract later and repurpose. And that could be for short snippet videos, or maybe you are doing an event and it has some sort of training element in it. You can make sure during your presentation, mapping it out, that you have all of these things later on, like knowing in advance, I want to repurpose this portion of the event for another project or another thing. So understanding that in advance is going to help you really make this event not just a one-time thing, but something that can be reused, repurposed, and recycled in ways that maybe it wasn't originally designed for. But this is about getting crafty with all of your fun stuff. So what did you say? Oh, that was Lala said, I just did an event, Craft Gateway in the Philippines, but participants from other countries on Zoom and YouTube. That's very cool. Nice. You're like my innovation queen. I love it. She does literally a little bit of everything. But there's a saying in the United States, jack of all trades, a master of none, but you're actually the master of them all. So, yeah, that doesn't quite apply for you. Oh, we got the fabulous Matt in the house. We got some old little Ecam peeps. Got my Ecam peeps in the house. Yeah, it's so good to see you guys. So hopefully you'll get one little golden nugget that you guys can take back and use with your events. And this is something, if you didn't check out my training that I hosted a couple weeks ago on ways to get organic traffic, if you comment below, I can send you a link. But with the organic traffic, this is why events are cool. It's a way of bringing people into your zone that are interested in what that event's going to be about. And it's really who you want to connect with online, right? So in this training for online events, I do show you guys some really cool ways to get traffic that you do not have to dive into ads. I actually give you 12 strategies and one of them's ads. So not too bad. Not too bad. All right. So one of the last things that, going into your event planning and structure that you really need to think about is your post event. And we were talking about that just a little bit ago as far as like structuring your event, the content, but go a little bit further and think after your event, what are things that you want to do so you can help close the deal? Don't just do the event and then it's a wrap. No, you've got to go back in. You got to find ways to, making either little short snippet videos that you can use for what I was showing you before, like on the reels and shorts, if you want to get new leads, or your stories, if you want to cultivate relationships. But even with your email sequencing, are there ways that you can take your event, share little snippets of like a video clip, or let's say that you transcribe your event and then you take that event transcript, drop it into AI, and ask AI to write this. This is a killer one for you guys right here, to write an email sequence that is based on that transcribed video that you just uploaded, and you break it into the flow of where you want people to go. So you might do a 5 series of emails following an event, maybe where you're thanking them, maybe you're redirecting them to another spot, encouraging them to make a donation or to sign up for your great offer that you have. And this is one of the Facebook hacks I want to share with you guys. Listen here really quick. When it comes to these new algorithm changes, they've implemented over 1,000 different changes. One of the things that we've got to start to look at is when we do an event, let's say that it's on Fabulous Facebook, you want to redirect traffic over there. And that may include doing things like an email follow up where you're redirecting them from your email right into that Facebook video or event that you hosted, right? So if you do that, you kind of get brownie points with the algorithm. And one of the things that's going to happen, I don't have it set up to show you, but I want you guys to start to pay attention on your Facebook page. If you have it set up for business profile, you can check out your insights. Now, a lot of people, what they're doing is they're looking at like a video that you have. How many views did you get? How much engagement? Stuff like that. Okay, that's great. But for these new algorithm changes, I want to encourage you to go look in your insights on your business profile. This would be if you have your personal profile set up as a business profile. I'm not talking about your page, okay? Just want to make that clear. All right, so if you go in there, you're going to be able to see the amount of views that you're getting, and then you're going to be able to see the amount of engagement. Start to divide that out to find out what is the percentage of people that are actually engaging in your content, right? So in the past, it was sort of pushed through the algorithm. The more likes you would get, the better. Well, they're changing it. They're changing it where they're looking for higher quality content where it's not quick eye candy of like a quick, click like. They're measuring to find out how long people are staying in that content and engaging in it. And these are things that are going to determine what is your engagement rate. And your engagement rate could be the view time that they are reading. Actually, I'm not talking about video too, but reading through your post. Are there any shares? Are there any likes? And they're going to use that to determine which piece of content that you are posting that they keep pushing in through the algorithm. So it might not always be the video that has 20 likes. They're going to look at other things too. And, for a lot of us that do content creation, we know that a lot of us have a lot of lurkers that are lurking, but maybe not engaging. So it's going to be interesting. But April 1st, a lot of stuff's getting ready to change. And I don't know if you guys are ready, but this includes one of them as far as Facebook. Also, Gmail, Yahoo, all these new requirements for your email. Are you guys compliant? Are you making sure you're ready to go? Because it's coming up quick. Also, April is when Facebook is going to stop third-party API apps going into Facebook groups. So this will include live streaming, scheduling your posts, being able to look at the analytics of your group from a third party app. Now there might be some other alternatives, but these are things that we need to know. We need to be prepared. All right, so let's get back into it. So events, you get the point. You've got to do things to promote that event, pre-event but also post-event. So it could be things like sending a direct message. You know how overwhelming it gets just for your own life? It's like this for other people. Somebody invites you to something, you want to go but you forget. So you got to be reminded. It's all right. We're human. There's nothing to feel bad about, but it's our responsibility to go out there and to remind people like, hey, the deadline's happening, or hey, the actual event's happening. And emails and direct messages can help a lot. Now, one of the apps that I use that I really love for being able to help me automate a lot of my networking and my direct follow up is Unipro. And if you want to check it out, you can go to elizabethmorosco.com/Una. But it allows me to do things like sending out those direct messages to remind people, being able to easily manage my group, and being able to do things like tag people in a Facebook event that they asked to know about. Now, I am not talking about doing the spam tagging. Don't do it. It's so 2010. Do not do it. This is about giving people that requested something that link. And in fact, a lot of times you may have gotten a direct message from me over the years like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm hosting an event. Do you want a link?" And then I ask them if they want the link. If they want the link, I'm gonna share it. But I'm not spamming my stuff all over the place. I only want it with the to be given to the people that really want it and they're excited about it. But that gets overwhelming. It gets super overwhelming. So having systems to automate it is going to reduce your workload. And in fact, I will tell you, Unipro is exactly like having an almost full time person working for me because it's managing my friend requests, my groups. It's allowing me to tag things, it's allowing me to easily measure and get messages out and doing it in a broadcast way where it's not spammy or glitchy. But if you are serious about doing digital marketing and events, this is definitely an app that's worth checking out. But you can go over to elizabethmorosco.com/Una. And I do have a link there. It's an affiliate link. So if you do make a purchase, we get a affiliate commission. There's no additional cost to you, but it's a great way for supporting what we're doing here. And I only really drop affiliate links for software and services or products that I use and that I believe in. I'm never going to send you something that's trash because I wouldn't want that done to me. But they've done an amazing job with this software and it's very user friendly and just doing some pretty cool things. Man said tuna. Yeah, I've heard of tuna. Tuna and Una. Yeah, they're good people. You'd like them. So this is one of the other things. Yeah, I knew it. You meant I'm teasing you. I got to tease you a little bit, man. Get to razz you. He's another one like Lala. He's got 500 skill sets and a master of all of them. So yeah, we've got some pretty cool people over in the eCam community. And for those of you that aren't familiar with eCam, it's a live streaming software that I'm using here that allows you to do professional, that's funny, professional level live streaming. And I help my clients with this actual software of doing their live streams and their webinars and all of that. All right, so moving into it, when it comes to ads versus organic, a couple things that you got to figure out is which one you want to do or both of them. And there's advantages to both of them, and there's also some setbacks. Mostly, with the ads, it costs more money. But doing the organic part, it costs more time. The best way to do it is if you can do a little bit of both. But what I love about organic is you're literally attracting the people that would be interested in your products and goods based off of what you're saying and you're posting. So it creates, I think, a more authentic connection because it wasn't just done through like a drive by. It's usually people getting exposed to your content over and over again and then seeing that you can help them. But it's vital, you guys. You can't think that you're going to improve your event or your project and keep doing the same things and not expand either your network or find unique ways to communicate with your existing audience. You are the one that's responsible for that, not them. But understanding which direction you want to go will just make it easier because you're going to know off the bat what's your game plan. And one of the things that we are offering right now is if you want to do an online event, let's say that you don't want to do it on your own, there's an opportunity for you to come work with me and my team and create an event that is professional and stress free. So we have done events for, I've done events for over 20 years and pretty much been doing online events since it became a thing. But the way that we're producing events, it's not your standard Zoom. And in fact, I can tell you, Andy, Matt, and Lala, who are all here, all know the difference between being able to do an online production that has lower thirds. You're able to integrate B roll video, different interviews, live, pre recorded, all of these components in a stress free way. So it almost looks like a live broadcast that you would have through, the news or something live on TV. So this is a package that we have available for you guys right now. If you want to get to the spot that you're excited about hosting your event and you ditch the overwhelm and you just get to a professional place to be able to elevate your events and really maximize your impact. We've created, it's a 3-step process where we walk with you hand in hand to help you develop your promos, all of your systems, your landing page, map out even the logistics of which broadcasting software are you going to use, what is your presentation flow, everything that will happen. And then step 2 is actually where we help you with your live launch or your recorded launch. So working with you to review your presentation, helping you create your production scenes online, recording the actual event. And then the third step, being able to get into a spot of post production. This is where the sweetness is at, too, you guys. So many people get stuck right here and they only focus on step 2. And I'm telling you, the power move is in step 1 and step 3. You've got to build it, you've got to distribute it. And this incredible bundle, we're going to help you do all of that. So you do end up with a personalized event strategy, planning and support, along with expertise from somebody that has 20 years experience, and having your own little template and system, everything, all the strategies that you need to win big and not feel stressed out. They're all mapped out right here. So here's some of our happy clients that have shared some insight. I've been working with Shayna now for the past couple of years, and she's really revolutionizing the things that are happening for treatment with autoimmune conditions, long haulers, COVID. And the beautiful thing is these online events and courses that she's created have touched people across the whole world, actually. First, it was like she was trying to hit just, New York, and now she statewide, and she's got clients that are, in different countries now. But that wouldn't have been possible if she wouldn't have been hosting these events and these workshops. And through the power of technology, we have the gift to expand where we're reaching and connecting with people and create opportunities we never could have imagined 20 years ago. So if you want to jump on board and get into more of this event setup without stress, go check out elizabethmorosco.com/event game plan. Yeah, because with a game plan, you can get solid. But if you do that, we'll have a chance to work together, create an event production that is beyond probably what you can imagine. And I look forward to seeing what's going to happen over the next 2 years with events. But all of us have to be prepared and start understanding some of these things with AI and automation. I was listening to an interview recently, and someone was sharing, I think it's Sam Altman, who's like one of the original Chat GPT dudes. And he was saying within 5 years that 95% of event or not event marketing jobs are going to disappear because of AI and these different technologies that are happening. I want you to be empowered so you know how to run some of these technologies. And we're just getting the slow drip right now. So it's vital for us to stay on top of it so that as these things roll out, we know exactly what we're doing. So, the short of today, this is what I'm hoping that you take away from the whole event planning structure is break it out into 3 areas. Your pre-event for promoting and enticing people to come in, your actual event happening, whether it's recorded or live or in person, and then the third step, looking at your post event follow up. And all of these things should work hand in hand. The next time you're doing an event, ask your team, what are the 3 things that are being covered in each of those? You got your funnel, you got your software and your presentation to stream. Do you have your email sequence mapped out for post production? Don't ever do an event and then just let your final goodbye be goodbye at the door or when you sign off. When you do an event, set up something that is spectacular so they never forget you. And those little things matter. Trust me, people remember. All right, that's all that I got for you guys today. I hope that you did get something out of it that can help you. Man said they can do a friend request. Yeah, they do. They have a couple different ways with Unipro for your friend request. And one of the strategies that they recommend, and you can do this yourself if you don't want to do the software, it just takes more time, is joining different groups where your avatar would be likely to hang out. Now, if you're selling, like woodwork, okay, that's cool. But sometimes it might be obscure. It might not be a woodwork group. It might be somebody that's in business, but they're into Versace or they're into something that your avatar is interested in. Join those groups and then start connecting with people that are in there that align with what you're trying to target. It could be by location, which country are they in? Predominantly, like my main client base is right here in Michigan. Like the clients that I've been working with over and over for 18 years, it's in Michigan. Since we've opened up, I have clients all over the United States now, since we've migrated to the digital. But more than likely, I I probably wouldn't have, some clients from some different countries, maybe a third world country. They're probably not going to buy my stuff. It's not impossible, but more than likely, my clients are going to come from the United States, Canada, maybe Australia. Um, but you never know. You never know. But for the most part, I look at the people in those groups. Do they match the demographics of who I'm trying to target? Do they match the psychographics, meaning they have like the same values, interests, things that drive them that would correlate with my avatar? And then I send friend requests. And I do have yeah, I can't set it up right now. I was going to show you. Well, maybe I can. I do have this system here. You know what? I'm going to show you guys. We're done early, so if you want to check it out, just go over to unipro.com and let me show you this really quick. This was one of the things that I do like about like when I have an event. Today wasn't really an event, it's like a free training, but I still sent out a message to I think 38 people that had expressed some sort of interest in events in the past. So, okay, bear with me. I'm pulling this up right now. Oh, I didn't even finish sending it out loud. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Presentation. No, this one. Okay, here we go. All right. I've just got to change. Here we go. Yay! All right, so this is Unipro. And let me get I didn't have this quite set up right. But I want to show you this concept on how, why is this not expanding? It's really weird. It's not allowing me to expand. Uh, the heck? Maybe it's, oh, let's try this. I'm getting my eCam workout right now. They just did an update, and I've got to figure out how to hook up my virtual cam into Zoom. That's my next thing that I'm working out on. So, okay, so this is sort of like the Unipro setup, and Matt was asking briefly about the friend request. It does have a section in here where you can do get leads by group, and then you determine the group that you're targeting, and you can have certain parameters of a description of your avatar, right? So this is the section that I want to show you guys though, is when I do an event, whether it's like an online event or a training, each of them have their own purpose. I'll send out reminders to people that have either expressed interest in that sort of training or not. So in this case, I want to show you this. This is a list of different people that have expressed some sort of interest recently. And then right here, can you see this? This becomes the templates that the email templates that are sent out. So I have like three different examples. Hi, first name, Thursday at 3 p.m. I'm hosting a free training. And it will insert that person's first name there and then rotate between the three different posts of to select which one. That way you don't get caught into a situation with Facebook where you're spamming and sending out the same message over and over. And I literally just click play. I set up who are the people that I want to send it to. I click play, and then it does a gradual release of all those different direct messages. So it is a huge time saver. I would say Unipro is probably saving me minimum at least 10 hours a week. So about 40 hours a week in digital marketing stuff that I don't have to do, even replying to people, so yeah, some powerful stuff. All right, you guys, that's all I got for today. I appreciate you swinging by. If you are interested, go on over, go check this out at elizabethmorosco.com/event game plan. Let's go make some magic for your business this upcoming year. All right, in the meantime, be good, be happy, and most definitely be blessed. See ya.